Tell me why there is a need for a finance commission in the country?
Can you please tell me, is the pardoning power of president is subjected to judicial review? If yes, under what circumstance? What are the grounds?
Now tell me, why is this total fertility rate coming down and why it's a major concern for India?
Is it necessary that whenever cultural revivalism will take place, it is inherently the orthodox or the so-called negative connotation of the society that will come to the fore?
What is the position of the Panchayati Raj institution in Rajasthan overall?
May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Sir, my name is Raj Bangra. I was born and brought up in Nagaur district of Rajasthan. I completed my schooling from there. Then I graduated in political science honors from Shahid Bhagat Singh College, University of Delhi. My hobbies are rapping and freestyling songs as well as strength training. My mother is a government teacher at the primary level and my father is a businessman.
Raj, tell me, why do you want to pursue a career in the civil services?
Sir, the initial push was given by my parents, and when I thought about choosing civil services as a career, I found that it has a variety of opportunity for me along with the stability that it provides as a career. So that was inclination that took me towards this career.
Have you gone through the tourism policy of the government of Rajasthan?
Yes, sir, I have some idea about it.
You have some idea. Suppose you are made Secretary Tourism in the government of Rajasthan. What two changes would you like to bring in the existing policy?
So one would be presently Rajasthan does not have the single mobility card or a single tourism card. So we can start a circuit scheme which has been talked about in this policy. So that circuit scheme can be implemented with greater push so that we can connect all the tourist places in Rajasthan and make the experience more suitable for the tourist. And so second would be, although Rajasthan has a very good infrastructure in roads and highways, we still lack the basic facilities of mid-stops in the journey. So that could be something that we can work on.
Wonderful. Tell me why there is a need for a finance commission in the country?
So, being such a vast country and with limited resources, we do need to ensure that we use the resources to the best of our abilities and also use a different approach for different states. We cannot give a similar or a one approach for all the states. So that is where the Finance Commission comes into play.
Why the southern states are opposing a revenue sharing model of the Finance Commission?
Sorry, sir?
Why the southern states of the southern India are opposing the revenue sharing model of the Finance Commission?
So this was because they have less population compared to the other states of India. So therein they tend to get a lower share, and this was taken care of by the last Finance Commission, wherein they also gave 12.5% weightage to the demographic approaches or the demographic steps that various states have taken.
What is the delimitation process?
So under delimitation, we try to decide the seats that are there across the various constituencies of the country.
Why the southern states are again happy on this?
So currently, to my knowledge, they are not very happy with the delimitation.
Why they are unhappy? That is what I have asked you.
So they are unhappy because the delimitation exercise is often based on the share of population, and if the delimitation takes place with the basis of today's population, then the southern states will lose certain number of seats in the parliament.
You have studied PSIR, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
What is the doctrine of pith and substance?
So the doctrine of pith and substance is the doctrine wherein the judiciary or the authority tries to find whether this particular issue is
where does it find expression in the Constitution? Which article deals with this?
I'm sorry, sir.
You are not aware. What is the basic structure doctrine?
Sir, this was a doctrine that was issued or that was given by the Supreme Court in the Honorable Supreme Court in the Keshwanand Bharti case, wherein it makes sure that there are certain elements or features of the constitutions that gives the constitution its essence and they cannot be changed arbitrarily by the parliament.
In the context of international relationship, there is a doctrine of piece by pieces. What does it mean?
So, piece by pieces is an approach wherein we try to grab the low-hanging fruits and try to engage on issues that are more suitable for both the countries, and eventually take a phased approach and try to go to the more contentious issues between the countries.
Has India ever taken this approach vis-a-vis Pakistan in the past?
Sir, to my knowledge, I believe the Indus Water Treaty was something wherein we try to use this approach.
Okay, talking about Palestine and Israel, can you see a trace of this piece by pieces?
So, from today the ceasefire process will start, wherein they have agreed to a 3-phase ceasefire, and this is something that we have found that is often found useful when we talk about international relations and the complexities that different countries have in their relationships.
Thank you very much, Raj.
Thank you, sir.
Raj, you have mentioned in your draft that you have been a parade commander, right? On 26 January 2025, on Kartavya Path, we are going to watch a splendid parade. Can you please tell me the rationale of exhibition of parade on such occasions? Why do you want to showcase parade?
So, firstly, parade is a symbol of patriotism as well as discipline of the forces of the country. And also, sir, we try to showcase our strength, wherein we show the various defense infrastructure or the defense hardware that we have. And so, another point would be the idea of tableaux that the states provide, and we try to show the diversity of India as a nation.
So, who is going to be the chief guest this time?
So, the Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto.
Any idea why he have been, cherry picked to be chief guest of this ceremony?
So, the South Asian side has been very important for India's foreign policy. The Act East policy has been important, and we have been trying to engage more and more with the ASEAN nations. So that is something that has.
Do you personally feel that for a short span of time, the concept of military training should be made compulsory for college-going students, especially in the last leg of graduation?
So, I personally believe that military training is something that should be more voluntary, and we do have a clause in the fundamental duties wherein we can try to ensure that citizens are up and forward for the country's need when they are required.
Okay, since you have studied political science, can you please tell me the doctrine of res judicata? Have you heard about this? Res judicata, the concept of res judicata.
So I'm not very sure if
no issues. Let's move to some other question. The President of India is bestowed upon the pardoning power, right? Can you please tell me, is the pardoning power of President is subjected to judicial review? If yes, under what circumstance? What are the grounds?
So, the pardoning powers of the President under Article 72 are subject to judicial review, wherein the facts that we look into are whether this was an arbitrary decision without any substantial material or ground to use those pardoning powers.
Okay, Supreme Court of India is having wide appellate jurisdiction. One of them is Article 136, a special leave petition. Can you please describe about SLP 136?
So, under special leave petition, the petitioner can try to request the court to look at a particular judgment again, and to look again at the case and the various facts that are there in the case.
Okay, you must have heard about CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, the rules of which were notified in 2024. Can you please tell me the highlights of this particular act?
So, I lack the exact idea, but if you allow me, I can give some
input about this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
So, it is mostly focused on ensuring that certain people or certain communities who face religious atrocities in the neighboring countries, they are allowed in India, as well as trying to ensure that the illegal immigrants or the foreigners who are living in India illegally, they are properly deported and sent back to their respective countries.
Okay. My last question to you. Can you please tell me about constitutional provisions which deal with bringing about greater gender justice in our country?
So, there are many articles in the Constitution that try to ensure gender justice. One would be Article 15, wherein we try to ensure that. So, other would be Article 39 B and C, wherein we ensure preventing the concentration of wealth as well as equal pay is something that is ensured. So another article is Article 43, wherein we try to provide the maternity relief and other measures for
ancillary benefits to women. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Raj, you just now mentioned about some fertility issues. Just now you mentioned about, what was that?
Maternity relief.
Maternity relief. That's great. Now tell me, why is this total fertility rate coming down and why it's a major concern for India?
Ma'am, according to the recent NFHS survey, we have the fertility rate at 2.1, that is the replacement rate. And it has been coming down because India has been modernizing as a society as well, wherein we are focusing more on family planning as well as women are getting...
Raj, so is that modernization means that we'll just, it will cost upon our family?
No ma'am, actually this means that women have greater say in the family planning and reproduction issues that we have.
Do you think that women have a greater, say, they have an agency in deciding their reproductive rights?
I believe to a certain extent we are moving towards a society.
What are the measures government has taken to ensure the reproductive rights of a woman?
Ma'am, there are various measures by the government. One would be promoting the education of the women to ensure that they are aware of their reproductive rights.
Do we have sex education in India?
No ma'am, we don't.
So how we are promoting such issues at the school level?
Ma'am, we have this idea wherein the initiative of good touch, bad touch, wherein we try to promote.
So does that sex education pertain only to good touch and bad touch?
No ma'am, it is a vast area and we should be definitely taking steps towards this and ensuring...
Why India is shunning away with the name sex education?
Ma'am, because our society is transitioning towards modernity and we still have certain reservations with respect to these kind of approaches wherein we talk openly about issues such as sex education.
I come back to my previous question. Why is it concerning for us, the declining TFR?
Ma'am, because India's demographic dividend would be up till 2053. So after that we would find a situation wherein we would be having greater proportion of older population or old age people. So that can be something that can be an issue for India, wherein we don't have enough younger population or younger generation to continue this idea of development of India.
So you are coming from Rajasthan, right? You hail from Rajasthan. Tourism is it's an industry there. So taking this into account, what are the changes the tourism industry has to bring in to deliver to the aging population?
Ma'am, particularly to Rajasthan or India as a whole?
You say particularly to Rajasthan.
Ma'am, the experiences of the older population can be used by promoting the idea of experiential tourism, wherein we find that today's generation is very inclined or attracted towards the rural lifestyle. So the older population can be given the opportunity to share their experiences, and this can be a tourist attraction for the younger generation.
Okay. Your optional is PSIR, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are we again engaging with Taliban?
Ma'am, the engagement with Taliban is grounded in the practical realities that we are seeing in Afghanistan, wherein they are the ones who are in power and we cannot leave the ground open for other countries to take the place, because Afghanistan is very important for India strategically and also geopolitically.
What are the strategic importance?
The most important would be the Chawar port that we have, wherein Afghanistan is a major transit point in between. Also the issue of terrorism or terrorism against India that can see a rise if we do not engage on good terms with Taliban.
What is the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam?
The idea is that the world is one family, and we should try to ensure that everybody inclusivity is there when we focus on growth and take all together while we move towards development.
Give me some concrete examples where India has exhibited this policy in its action.
The most recent one would be inclusion of African Union in G20, wherein we have seen that the voice of Global South is strengthened. Other than that would be India's willingness to be the first responder in various disaster relief measures and issues. Also, India's regular emphasis on the idea that peace is the way forward, not war and conflicts.
My final question, give me concrete measures to crack down on child marriages in Rajasthan. 3 concrete measures.
Ma'am, one would obviously start with education, wherein we ensure that the girl childs get access to education, quality education, to ensure that the families are also sure about their future and economic opportunities that they might get. Second would be sensitization of the society and trying to engage with the civil societies and other panchayats in Rajasthan to ensure that we see more acceptance of this idea. And third would be the usage of administration and various machineries to ensure that those who are not following this should be punished and should be reasoned with, to ensure that such issues are not happening in the future.
Thank you, Raj.
Thank you, Raj.
Raj, what do you understand by cultural revivalism?
So, cultural revivalism is an idea wherein we see that the orthodox elements of the culture often come forward, and we see a greater conflictual approach that particular culture takes towards the other cultures that are present.
So, is it necessary that whenever cultural revivalism will take place, it is inherently the orthodox or the so-called negative connotation of the society that will come to the fore?
No, sir, it is not necessary, but the orthodox elements in it themselves are not conflictual, but the approach that we often take while going back to these orthodox elements is something that leads to greater conflict.
Okay, so when India got independent in the year 1947, we saw an important wave of cultural revivalism in various aspects of our socio-cultural fabric. Can you highlight some of the key points that you can recollect from that phase?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to.
Okay, no problem. Kumbh Mela, that is regarded as intangible heritage of humanity. It has been given this distinction. Do you think that the manner in which we celebrate these large-scale events is also a component of cultural revivalism?
So, I believe that it is not cultural revivalism, because Kumbh has been a constant player or a constant event in India's history, wherein we have not, it is not something that we have started again after so many years. And so I believe that Kumbh is an important event that India celebrates, and it has religious importance as well as economic importance as well for the country.
Okay, so we are witnessing a debate throughout the country regarding the survey of certain religious places. People have different opinions. In fact, there are explicit polarities when it comes to the feedback that we get from the people. Where do you stand on this issue?
So, I believe that the Indian Constitution gives the idea of a secular nation, and we should always respect the freedom of religion of all the communities that are there in India. And so I believe that the constitutional morality should guide us in these matters, and we should look at these issues from the idea of constitutional morality.
Okay, so we have a particular piece of legislation which goes by the name of the Places of Worship Act 1991. We already have this legislation in place, and it has outlined certain guidelines for the state and for the people to take care of. Then why still the courts are entertaining, the courts were earlier entertaining these requests for survey?
So this is because of the ambiguity that we see in the interpretation of this act, wherein we find that people often, the court or one of the former chief justices had in an oral observation highlighted that if there is a disputed structure, its status is not fixed, and that is why the petitions that we see are with respect to finalizing the status of that particular place of worship, rather than trying to change that status.
Okay, the Supreme Court is also examining the constitutionality of this particular act. What is the reasoning? Why Supreme Court is considering this particular act?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
Okay, no problem. Raj, tell me, what is the importance of emotional intelligence for a public servant?
So, dealing with public, that is with the human aspect of the society, requires emotional intelligence, wherein the public servant should be able to communicate his own ideas as well as try to understand the ideas and opinions and requirements of the other party.
Okay, Raj, my last question to you. Suppose you are the in charge of public distribution system in a particular area, and an old woman comes to you with a complaint that she is not being offered the benefits under the scheme because apparently she is not having the identity proof that is a prerequisite to get the benefits. How will you deal with this situation?
So if such an issue arises, I will try to ensure that I help her in arranging the required documents, and as an immediate measure I will ensure that she get the various the benefits that she should be receiving under the PDS system.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Raj, budget has been seen as the most important aspect of any of the government. When it comes to budget, then where it has been defined in the constitution?
So the name budget is not found in the constitution, but article 112 talks about the annual financial statement. So that is something that we call as budget in the layman term.
Okay. So while presenting the budget, along with the budget, what other things to be also presented before with the budget?
So I'm not exactly remembering the names, but if you allow me, I can give some input.
Please.
So one is the macroeconomic stability framework that has to be given. Other than that, the various receipts and expenditures of the previous year, and the various estimates for the next year, and the exact figures for the present year have to be given in the budget.
Okay. So is there any rights of the upper house in terms of budget presentation?
So the Rajya Sabha can discuss the budget, but it does not have any right whether to amend or whether to restrict the passing of the budget.
Okay. So Panchayati Raj institution as a third tier government, or to be called as the direct democracy near to that. It starts with the districts you belong to, Nagaur. What is the position of the Panchayati Raj institution in Rajasthan overall? Has it achieved the target for which it has been introduced for?
So the starting of Panchayati Raj did take place from Nagaur on 2nd of October 1959, and the present status of Panchayati Raj institutions in Rajasthan is a mixed bag of success as well as some limitations, wherein we find that the rising importance of women representatives and their ability to bring more changes at the ground level is seen. And if I talk about the limitations, we also find the issue of Sarpanch Patis that is present and prevalent in Rajasthan.
Okay. So while defining the law in the constitution, there exists some doctrine, that is doctrine of severability, doctrine of eclipse, and doctrine of waiver. What is that?
I'm sorry, sir, I will have to read about that.
Anyway, we know anti-defection law is the most prominent law, and in that the speaker or the presiding officer does have the final decision, and he is manipulative more in terms of providing the decisions on that. So if it has to be replaced, what ideas you do have?
So there have been various recommendations given by even the Law Commission as well as the various committees, wherein we can give this power or devolve this power to a neutral institution that can look into the various facts of the case and decide with greater neutrality and impartiality.
And what are the reasons behind that he has been left aloof of this anti-defection law, the speaker, the presiding officers?
So because the speaker is not a member of the particular house that he presides.
Presiding officer is
Sorry,
not
sir?
a member of the house.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir, I confused.
If he ceases to be the member of house, he ceases to be the speaker of the house.
Sorry, sir, I confused it with other presiding officer, the president.
Okay, anyway. See, right to privacy has been in news, and Supreme Court has made a statement on that in case of Puttaswamy case, right to privacy versus Aadhaar bill. What statement or what verdict of Supreme Court was there?
So, Supreme Court made right to privacy a fundamental right under Article 21, and it gave three guidelines or three benchmarks to ensure that the right to privacy is not infringed upon. One would be, is there a substantial reason to to infringe on the privacy or to violate the privacy. Second would be whether the authority is competent by law to do that. And third would be whether there is a less evasive way of ensuring or reaching to the same outcome without violating the privacy of the individual.
You see, Oxford University has recently published an article titled "Your Gridlock to Growth." In that article, it lauds the initiative taken by our Honorable Prime Minister on Pragati. What is this Pragati?
Sir, I'm not able to recall.
You are not able. Okay, forget about it. You are also rap. You write songs and rap, or you simply rap?
Sir, a rap. 95% of rappers write their own lyrics and.
Do you come in that category of 95%, or you?
Yes, sir.
Then tell me few sentences, few lines of your work which you have done.
Sir,
of rap.
I have written a rap on UPSC, if you allow me.
Yeah.
So it is in Hindi.
Go ahead, no problem.
कहते इसे देश का सबसे मुश्किल टेस्ट प्री मेंस पीटी इट नेवर लेट्स यू रेस्ट बट इट्स नॉट अ रेस तो सारे ही है बेस्ट मुझे लगे सफ़र ये मंजिल से ज़रूरी सीखा काफ़ी कुछ जब तय की ये दूरी बना न्यूट्रल अब देखूँ चीज़ें अच्छी और बुरी पता चला कौन सा सुधार है ज़रूरी कौन सी वो खूबी जो होनी चाहिए अफसर में ताकि अफसर पे वो सक्षम हो और संकट में वो तत्पर हो बुद्धि से वो अव्वल हो सेवा भाव हर पल हो.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Nice interacting with you, Raj.
Thank you.
Interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you. May I come in, sir?
Come in. Sit down, Raj.
Thank you, sir.
When is your interview?
Sir, 28th of January.
Okay, 28th of January. Which attempt is this, Raj?
Sir, second attempt.
Second attempt and first interview.
Yes, sir.
So, how was your experience with us?
Sir, it was a pleasant experience and I believe that various questions were situation based and that allowed me to think on my feet and come up with more.
You are an excellent candidate, Raj. Our impression is that you are a wonderful candidate. Unless and until you do something drastically wrong in your interview will never let you down. You will be getting very good marks in the interview. There is absolutely no doubt in our minds.
Thanks, sir.
Only thing is it all depends on how you have done in your mains examination. So, you are a young boy, 2001 born, isn't it? Quite young boy. UPSC will really love to induct you and then mold you into the nitty-gritties of governance. Nothing much to tell you, just a few words of caution. You did not do anything of that sort except at one place, but otherwise it was a flawless, absolutely flawless performance. You see, the test of personality is not the test of knowledge. That distinction should be very clear to you. It is not the test of knowledge. Knowledge has already been tested. It is your personality which will come into focus. And how personality will be tested by the board? The way you interact with the board members. Thereby, you have to show a few qualities of your head and heart very clearly. And the first foremost quality is your personal integrity. Personal integrity is very important. You can't afford to compromise with your ethical values.
Yes.
And to ensure that you are a man of integrity, there has to be honesty of purpose in all your statements. Meaning thereby, no conjectures, no guesswork, no surmises, absolutely no. It's a big taboo, isn't it? So, in excitement or in exuberance to answer each and every question, you should not answer a question which you don't know. Okay, the very first question, the only time, pith and substance, you got confused.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? So that occasion should not arise wherever, because none of these questions may be asked. You are faced with an entirely different set of questions.
Yes, sir.
So make sure that basic principle, guiding principle is that you will not get into the area of guesswork.
Yes, sir.
Either you know or you don't know. As simple as that. And on opinion-based questions, if your opinion is sought, try to give very balanced answers. Don't jump the gun. No, sir, I strongly feel that this is correct, sir. You are nobody at this stage to pass a judgment on anything. See, some people think like this, others think otherwise. And then your view, then you can see that I think whatever is available at my disposal based on this, my limited knowledge, this is what I feel. So that will show two things. One, that you are using your statement with a caveat, that you have a limited knowledge on this, isn't it? So with a limited knowledge, you are giving your statement. Always benefit of doubt will be given to you. Same thing if you start jumping to conclusions, then there will be a problem. So this is one thing. As far as your communication skill is there, excellent. No suggestions on that. Tone, tenor, your dialogue delivery, modulation, voice modulation, everything is excellent. So no suggestion from our side. So maintain this tempo, maintain this spirit. You are a young boy, you look spirited also. Go as an enthusiast with a positive body language and just answer questions to the best of your abilities. That's it. And don't bother about marks and brood over uncertainties. What will happen, what will not happen. Good things will happen. And good things do happen to good people. You have worked very hard. Certainly, only you have to be conscious of the facts that the mistake which you wittingly, unwittingly committed should not at all happen.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, your though you realized on the presiding officer and all, but by the time it was a bit late.
Yes, sir.
So just collect your thoughts for a while before speaking. Once you are able to collect your thoughts, then you won't confuse between the president and the vice president and all that, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that is important. Otherwise, wait for an opportunity. If anybody wants you to rap, this is an excellent example you have given today. Repeat this performance there also, and board will really love to leap at it. They'll really like it.
Thank you.
And budget will be around the corner. So overall economic scenario of the country, what are your personal expectations from the budget? Those few points you must remember. And then budget process, whole process, how process is number one, and how it is submitted, in how many parts, what documents are submitted,
yes,
and finally when it is approved and signed by the President of India, then in what shape it comes, what are the documents and all that. So you must be aware, but if you have not revised it, please revise it, because you never know. Two things are important, 28th, 30th is the heartiest day, and first is budget. So anticipate, probably you may not be asked a single question, but anticipate that this may be asked.
Yes.
That's it. Otherwise, if you have any questions to ask, feel free to ask.
So the opinion based wherein you felt that I jumped the gun in any
No,
question.
I didn't feel that. I said don't jump the gun.
Okay,
that is a word of advice for you. It didn't happen today.
Okay.
Just make sure that it doesn't happen. That is the only limited purpose of telling you.
So one constant feedback that I have received is the knowledge gap. Was it evident today?
I
or
don't
was
know.
it
I don't know. We did not get any such knowledge gap.
Okay.
Wherever knowledge gap is there, you have to say no.
Yes.
Don't start speaking and then stop. Then there is a problem. After some time, if you realize that you are working, giving arguments on a wrong postulation, then there is a problem.
Yes.
So that should not happen, because board is selecting a future bureaucrat who is honest, who is well-meaning, who has a flair to work, a passionate person, and a good communication skill. That's all, and a balance of mind. So keep your head on your shoulders. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Once you are able to prove that this fellow is very matured, he keeps his head on his shoulder, then there is no point why you should not be getting very fantastic marks, very good marks. You will be getting we are very sure you will be getting good marks. No doubt about it. Only thing is that never cross your limits.
Yes, sir.
Transgress वो guesswork जिसको कहते हैं ना, never ever do that.
So the ones in which I took permission that I am not sure, and was that too much? I asked for too many times, or was it okay?
If you are not sure, even if 10 times you have to say I am not sure, say 10 times I am not sure.
Okay, sir.
At least your honesty will remain intact. This boy is honest because you have a flair, a natural flair, and you can show it even by answering one question, isn't it? So that is known to the board, and board will come to know you in just 3-4 minutes time. It doesn't require more. Beyond that, it is all discussion only. Impression is created in first 4-5 minutes only, and you will be able to leave a positive impression. No doubt about it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, all the
Thank
best.
you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.